Hello everybody and welcome back to Dragon Age Veilguard, where we're taking Lucanis and Nev out. We're gonna go do Lucanis and then probably do Nev's, honestly.
You don't sleep much, do you?
More than you,
I
but
was
little
gonna say,
enough. Still looking over everything on
not
Aelia.
calling the kettle
If you need
black.
fresh eyes, I'm awake anyway.
Maybe, if you don't mind the company. It comes with wisps.
Wisps are nothing. Besides, you're better company than Spite.
Really. Rumor has it I'm a pain in the ass. But that's if you ask Tarquin.
Oh my goodness, I really dropped the ball. I need to bring these two out more next time. I feel like this hasn't always been here. What is this? Why is this here? Who are you? What is your purpose? He's like, I'm already up. And she's like, oh, only if you don't mind the company. I'm like, oh my gosh, of course he doesn't. He's the one who offered. And as we've established, because we have had dialogue with them, where they're like kind of working on a case together, that like they operate very, like, they're both very similar people with similar eyes, but just slightly different, right? And they could see, she could see things in his, situations, I guess, that he couldn't see, and vice versa, right? I think it hasn't gone vice versa, like from her to him, but like not yet, but it could. And next time I will have to side with the shadow dragons, I think, because I feel so bad and I desperately want to know, like, the stuff. A note to the Viper. Asher, it sounds like Mayveris will soon grace Minrathis with her presence. Keep her safe, will you? Dorian's still alive! I have been concerned every time I come back. I'm like, where's Dorian? Keep her safe, will you? I hear your recent activities have brought the attention of powerful players. It was an inevitability, I suppose. One doesn't transform an empire by staying quiet. We are on the cusp of something. Upheaval is often prelude to change, and Tevinter is hungry for it. Tell May to call upon our allies in preparation. There were many, even in the Magisterium, who supported the Lucerni and our short-lived political experiment, and who support us still. I will return as soon as I can, even with my considerable charm. I have found it impossible to persuade a captain to sail when he believes it unwise. Sobering. It is far too hot up here, and the humidity is a nightmare. Your friend, Dorian. Where is he? That could be Bull, would it? No, because Bull's not a... It might be. Because you can get Bull and Dorian together if you're not romancing him. I don't think Bull was ever called captain, though. Was he the captain of the Chargers? And he's up north. That's what I'm thinking, right? It's because he's up, maybe not north. He's a Power Poland? Interesting. So he went far away. Oh my gosh. Dorian. My beloved. I actually have the coaster. The Dorian coaster is right here. That's where I got my water bottle on. And over here is the Solus coaster. And the other ones are over there, but they're behind the laptop, and I don't want to risk it. I can't. Okay, we need to get a mod that like removes the blood after a certain amount of time, or at least turns it brown instead of it looking fresh every time. Now you got me worried every time that I'm missing something. Oh, hello? Candlehop study update. There are definitely more candlehops around, and they started bringing more messages to the shop. Not one sent on purpose, but calls for help. Oh, we saw that, yeah. Yeah, we saw that before. Dogs. Oh, the help board, that's right. The Venatori continue to set up their rituals. Those strong enough to do so must resist. I was gonna say, I was like, wait, why are we here? I totally... I know we didn't go through the Treviso door, but I didn't, like, it was just like something I was like, oh, we're going through a different door. Like, I was too busy chatting. And then I was like, oh yeah, because I was planning on going to do Nev's next. So I'm like, yeah, that's our town. But then, like, slowly I was like, why am I here? But I just saw Me with the Crows go to the Cobbled Swans. This makes even more sense to bring Nev. The connection is there. The Venatori convinced that their rituals, though strong enough to do so, must resist to show the people that the cult will never break our spirit. A friend of Ben Rathis. Ritual sites on Mars.
Another message asking for help dealing with Venatori. Let's get to it.
We will. While we're here, might as well, but right now we're doing crow business in Minrathis.
Nev told me Alia's back. I've seen what she can do. If she... At least you saved Damas.
Oh yeah, I did. I was like, I thought the guy died, but that was last time. It wasn't involving me. This place, I can't... Just out and about. Hello?
The shadow dragons have all but disappeared. What happens now?
I mean...
Break those crystals. We need to get through that barrier.
Yeah. Why? Oh, it's hidden in the sign. Do I have to get through here, or should I just go into here? No, I don't get to go into there because that would be too easy to get around this blockade. That's wild, honestly. This is like the dumbest way to like secure something I've ever seen in a game. I am maybe exaggerating, but like it's one of the dumber ones. Like it's one of those obvious, like super easy to break things I've ever seen. You know? Oh no! Who is this? Caught someone poking around one of the focus points. Someone needs to learn the consequences of meddling. The ritual will commence as soon as you arrive. Now that all suitable components have been gathered.
Venatori.
Oh!
Don't like the tone of that note.
They have decor that looks like they're red lyrium containers. Gauls already got tortured to death. That's horrific. The trail begins. The Cobbled Swan is famous, but you won't find the best drinks in the city there. Instead, seek out a bar with no name and barely more than a counter and some tables. Enjoy a beverage and pick up the trail.
Huh.
Why?
Some kind
No.
of fabulous treasure buried in the city?
Oh, that. A local myth. Turns up every few years. Details differ, but the essence remains the same. Though the sell's a little harder than usual.
We're finding stuff.
Ship got in yesterday. Are the Venatori worse than you remember? We've all been saying it.
Well, this is a depressing city for me to be in right now.
What can we print that's not avoiding saying certain things about a certain cult? The alternative is execution. Read between the lines, though.
Yeah, well, I'm surprised they're letting you print anything.
We didn't go near Treviso, but the story seems the same all over.
They just blocked off like a giant...
Why the frown? I saw a Templar shaking down someone on the street, and there were Venatori cultists standing nearby, just watching. I think they were part of it. There are so many of them lately, it's hard to feel safe.
We could stop meeting for a while, if you want.
But I like how they brew the tea here.
Trying to maintain some semblance of normalcy is not, you know what I mean? Like, I get it, but I don't think I'd go anywhere if I could help it if there were corpses hanging from gibbets.
Masked mystery. Secrets of the Viper. Reliable source.
Secrets of the Viper. Why are you... No. Don't be selling Viper secrets. Also, I'm busy. Hang on. No, I will pick it up. Out of tune, musicians, singers, acrobats, and buskers of all varieties are notably absent around Docktown. Individuals close to the local entertainers claim they vanished from their lives entirely, while patrons of the coupled swan in particular are said to be missing their musicians. Well, yeah, you take away the
Buskers
arts
disappearing from Docktown. But why? Something to look into.
I mean, it's pretty, I don't know. You take away the arts, people who are willing to speak or, like, make fun of regimes, you know? You take those people out. Or pay them to do something else. What? Am I not allowed to activate this? Alright, whatever.
Resurgence of the Venatori. Venatori, shadow dragons. All they do is make things complicated for the
Oh,
rest
is
of
that
us.
what you think?
At least the shadow dragons are good.
Don't believe it. Both ideologies are just excuses for brawling in the streets.
Classic. Classic. Anything that upsets the status quo upsets me because it doesn't give me money. There's a bloody empty boot right here. Like, you know, there's corpses in the street, lady. Like, I don't know what to tell you. You know what I mean? Eat the rich, you know what I'm saying?
Those missing buskers performed here. Let's see what we can find.
Well, hang on, we're doing this first. Hold your horses. Ooh, brings the conflict. Oh. Well, I'm glad you could spoil that for me. Thanks, game. They are both angry at Illario.
You found something? About Illario?
Possibly.
What do you mean, possibly? You have something or you don't?
It's Caterina.
We don't know that for certain.
Tell me.
I've got my eyes on Villa de la Morte. One of them brought back one of Caterina's rings.
Oh.
It had been thrown out with the trash. Illario would never do that. He'd at least pawn it somewhere.
What do you mean he'd pawn it somewhere? Are we all just assuming that Illario now is? Like, nobody's, like, being like, oh yeah, we have evidence that Illario's a bad guy. We're just gonna hop right into Illario being the bad guy? Or is this just something Illario would have done normally, you know? So, because I did ask, because they never said they found her body. That Illario was supposed to bring her ashes, and he was like, yeah, I'll go get that.
You think Caterina threw the ring away as a message that she's inside the house?
Her opal ring. Lucanis, you know what that means.
She gave that ring to my mother. It was the mark of her favor. House Veilguard killed my parents and sent it back to Caterina to demand she surrender the seat of First Talon.
Drama.
She's alive.
Drama.
Illario, you idiot.
We need more eyes in the villa to say for certain.
Illario would tear the city apart searching if he'd lost this. How could she be alive? What is he thinking? How am I supposed to deal with this?
We need to plan a rescue. The sooner we get Caterina out of there, the better.
It could be a trap. We have to deal with Illario first.
He could still kill her if we move against him. Maker knows what's in his head.
V, you're too pessimistic for your own good. Reason with him, Lucanis.
I thought I had a clear shot at my target. What if I go after him and get Caterina killed? Help us.
Oh.
How? What do you need?
He'll listen. He always listens to you. Come.
What? Yeah.
What did you do?
Yeah.
Is this the Fade? It seems... different.
I mean, ooh.
It isn't like those fragments of Solus's past in the crossroads either.
Lucanis is here. Always. Behind locked doors. I can't break through.
All right. Let's go get it.
Why are...
I was supposed to have a useful demon, and instead I have a useless abomination. Wonderful!
Calvin.
I know this place. It's the ossuary. The prison we freed Lucanis from.
Freed? No. We've always been here.
Right. It's not the real ossuary, but Doesn't seem like a memory either. Lucanis is in here somewhere, right? He's... what, where they kept his blood?
Yes, go there. But the locks everywhere. I can't touch them.
How do I get past the locks? Turn myself into a mouse? Fight a bunch of giant spiders?
By getting past the guards. It's a prison.
Right. What was I thinking?
That is a call out to the Fade. In the Fade section in Dragon Age Origins, you could turn yourself into a mouse to get through. Turning yourself into a spider. Or fighting a bunch of spiders, I don't know, but I know the mouse thing for sure. That's from Origins. This is interesting that they have a spy here, but I'm like, could we not have just talked to Lucanis? He was right there. You know what I mean? And then Spite was like, I'm taking over because Lucanis is really stressed right now, which I guess he was. Like, Lucanis was like, I don't know what to do, and he was like being unstable. And Spite was like, okay, my turn, and like popped out and was like, now we need to get to the bottom of what's holding Lucanis back, I guess, you know? But he just like, like the other two were just like, yeah, it's fine. The spirits that has possessed our brother is taking over, and we're just gonna. I know Spike can rip sort of in the Fade, like he can rip tears in the Fade, which is a wild thing to say because like I didn't know it was the whole premise of the last game. He can like bring stuff from the Fade, sort of into the real world for a temporary time, right? And right now he's like taking us like I have to assume mentally, not physically. But, oh my god, this is all just like. It's too much, and it doesn't. It's at least the way I'm seeing it is not fit with the way things are supposed to be. I mean, to be fair, the veil is super thin right now, so maybe we could say that that's why this spirit, random spirit, can just like open up holes periodically whenever he feels like it. Apparently there's something inside Lucanis that even Spike can't get through, which it makes sense because that somehow Lucanis has kept himself separate, right? Ooh, I saw the shadow and I was like, what? That's so cool! Oh my gosh. I was like, are those jellyfish? I think those are jellyfish. Oh, Bubbles? Are we like technically, I think we're like technically in the water. You know what I mean? Like this is the Fade or a memory or something, but because we had like these things would like keep the water out, but this all feels very like the water is not out. Maybe it is technically right outside the this because I'm not moving slowly at all, but this is definitely a spookier version. This is very a Bioshocky version. Wow! You see that? Hang on, wrong button. There's like glowing manta rays out there. Oh my goodness, they're so cool. Look at those. Very cute. They're so cute. Lyria manta rays. The lore expands. So, Lucanis, it's me, your boy, here to break out your inner demons. It's too bad I couldn't get that chest that was over there last time. Maybe I could, I just didn't see it. Oh well. Oh, can I just get through? What is this, Dark Souls? Like, what's going on?
What trouble been?
That's it? I mean, obviously we're dealing with Lucanis' trauma now, which this whole time I've been like, why aren't we dealing with Lucanis' trauma? Not only is he possessed, but like he also was in like torture, jail for a year.
Nobody's here.
Of course not. Rook can't be here.
Me? Why not?
You open doors. You don't close them.
What does that mean?
Cousin stuff. You can't dwell on this. It'll drive you mad.
Oh, was Illario down here and like they put like actual, not just like trauma blocks, like not just Lucanis' brain being like, it's actual mental blocks, maybe. Why every time it's so blinding?
And you are raised into the heavens to join the gods. Perfect and exalted. A murder of crows at your feet.
Who? Is that Katarina?
Rock, did you forget our deal? You were to bring my grandson back to me.
I did?
You brought me an abomination. Where is my grandson?
Tenderness and terror. Rage and relief. Old stale fear of disappointment.
This is the Fade, so this Katarina is... a spirit? Something like that?
No, Lucanis is mine. They won't dare. Thoughts live here. Ideas, feelings.
She's his idea of Katarina, then. Katarina, Lucanis is trapped. But I think you're part of his way out.
He's trapped. I mean, he was just having an issue, I think. He was like, oh, I can't decide. What am I supposed to do? Save Katarina or kill Illario? Well, no,
You let Lucanis put you on a pedestal. First Talon, all-powerful matriarch.
You think you know me better than my own grandson?
I know that until he gets out of the great Caterina della Morte's shadow, he'll never be free. Step aside.
Okay. This is very, envy demon.
Still fighting? Tiresome. There's no point, Nothing awaits you anymore. You're long dead.
Is he actually? What if I go after him and get Katarina killed? All I have left. Okay. Also, Spite, very handsome. I know he's just Lucanis in like a different color palette, but very handsome. Let me romance Spite, but we were more like brothers. Katarina took us both in. All we had left. Yeah, so he's having a hard time, but it would have been better maybe to have it more obvious in the real world where he's like, and then he's like, and then Spike takes over. Whereas I was like, so Spike just, okay, hi, I'm having to like read between the lines here.
You should be grateful to give your life for the Magister's research. What an honor!
A poo-poo. I shouldn't have let myself fall asleep. This was my mistake. Spite is here. Shouldn't have let yourself fall asleep when? What did you do? Harding? Have I been missing notes? If I cannot stay in control, Spite is waiting. So they're having they can't trust each other, Spite and Lucanis.
Don't worry, Rook. I've got my eye on the prisoner.
A what?
You've conjured up a friendly face, Lucanis. But your real friends and allies need you in the real world.
Rook, are you sure Spite isn't tricking you? What if there's no Lucanis, just the demon?
After a year in the ossuary, you might believe that. But you're no demon.
Look around. This isn't the mind of a human being, let alone an Antivan crow.
Look, everyone has unwelcome thoughts, fears, doubts, but they aren't us. You chose to challenge a god, Lucanis, to save the world. Your choices, your actions, that's who you are.
You know that's the kind of attitude that's gonna get you killed, right?
I'll risk it. I have a master assassin on my side, don't I?
Just be careful.
Oopsie, you'd have to kill me and Spite would die. That would be... He doesn't want Spite to die.
Get one of you back, only to lose the other.
Huh? One of who back? Who are you losing, Katarina?
Couldn't you simply die already? This experiment has gone on for far too long.
Why didn't you just kill him? Oh, but he doesn't want to because the Tsar will get mad. Nev! Is her hair up? She looks nice. I mean, this is her normal outfit. Sort of. Like her casual one, but...
Hey, Rook. Should you be here? Can't say it's the safest place in the world.
Stomach-churning excitement. Dread with a hint of hope. A long way to fall.
Somehow I thought Lucanis would think of Nev as being more... Tevinter?
Tevinter? People come in three kinds. Family, enemies, contracts.
I hope that's just Spite talking. Nev, you need to let us pass.
You know how he is, Rook. Even if you open the door, Lucanis won't walk through it. This is where he wants to be.
Yeah. No.
Well, I'm not leaving until Lucanis is all right. So we might be here a while.
You really think you can help him? You're such a sap, Rook.
She is.
I think it's time you stood aside and let me try.
I care, and you can't make me stop. He likes her!
Envy is the rarest of all demons. The most challenging to cultivate. The conditions must be perfect.
Envy? Oh, it was Spite. Spite before... I remember the logic from whatever Spite originally was to what he is now is really good. But I can't remember what he was originally. Were they trying to make him that? Oh, I need to check down there. I didn't want to see you again. Again. I didn't want you to see that again. I'm not this. I cannot be this. That was when he was like... We could have romanced him in that instance. When he was like... I didn't want you to see me like this, you know? I was distracted. That cannot happen again. I need to get my head on straight. I'm better than this. So this whole time he's been like waging like a war inside his own head that I have not really been aware of. Which is unfortunate because that could have been really, really interesting to see. To like progress through.
I can't believe it. You're home.
Yikes. Oh, yeah, I hate you. She came after me. She came after Katarina. She will come for you too. Cousin, what about you? That's him being worried for Illario. Because he thought he was in danger. Oh, look at this. What is he thinking? How am I supposed to deal with this? What have you done? I hate you.
Rook, you're too good to be wasting your time in a place like this. Forget about my cousin.
Ugh.
You've got much more important things to worry about, don't you?
Hate you so much.
You've got the weight of the world on your shoulders.
Nah, I got friends.
Sharp, jagged edges. Hurt with every breath. Grief and relief. Hope and anger mixed.
Lucanis, you don't owe Illario a second thought, much less a supporting role.
Nice.
He put us here. You've got to leave this be, Rook. You turn my cousin loose, it's only going to cause more grief.
It's interesting because it's like it sounds like things that these people would actually say, but it's Lucanis talking. Ooh, don't let him speak for you. Illario's a true coward. Sorry. Don't know where my dilly wops are.
I think Illario will be feeling that grief. Right, Lucanis?
You know that Caterina had 5 children? 8 grandchildren. All dead now, except for Lucanis and me. Last time the Grows fought a war of succession, House de la Morte lost everything. Except the seat of First Talon. This time, we fight ourselves. What will be left then? You think you'll survive? Your friends? Your cause?
So, I don't know if I'm missing something here. My sister mentioned briefly once something about, like, if you're a crow, you actually come from, like, a different house technically? Or something? Like, I don't know enough about the, like, house politics of the crows to, like, feel like I have a grasp on this. You know? Like, there was the other one and this one, but the other one, or House de la Morte mostly died out. Except they have the first talent seat, so what's the other one doing, and where are they at? Like, why haven't I encountered them before? Yeah, you know what? It's like, don't let him speak for you yet, but I just, ooh, Illario's a coward.
You know him, Lucanis. Even here, Illario just wants to save his own neck.
Would that be enough? Would anything? Do you really think he made a deal with a demon? He's not even a mage. Or do you think maybe he just found the one there already?
Oh, that's what he thinks.
He'll carry this prison with him forever. And he'll fill it with corpses given time.
We need out!
You're an Antivan crow, Lucanis. A professional. Trained to avoid collateral damage and go after the real enemy.
You have no idea what the consequences will be.
Whatever they are, Lucanis, I'll be there to help you.
If I were in charge, you wouldn't have to do this anymore.
Oh, so is that maybe Illario trying to convince Lucanis? Because Lucanis is second talent or whatever right now, I think. Like, he's next down from Caterina. And maybe Lucanis doesn't want to be a crow anymore. He was mentioning that at one point, I think, that he never really had a choice in doing this. Like, he's good at it, you know, but he never really had a choice. Sad boy.
What are you doing here, Rook?
Sad boy.
Breaking you out of prison. Again.
Again. You're
Not
welcome.
this time, I think.
No.
You see? He breaks our agreement. His mind is still here. He wants to stay here, so he keeps me here!
Mierda! Why would I want to stay? Even in my head, this place is a nightmare.
Right, but it's a nightmare you already defeated. I get it now. As bad as the ossuary was for you, it was better than the alternative.
What?
What alternative?
The ossuary, Zara. You could solve those problems with a blade. But healing again? Living as an abomination? There's no simple answer there. And if you fail, you could hurt the ones you love.
Oh.
No! This is not... Damn it, Rook!
Make him leave!
You two need to get along. So I think he wants to keep himself imprisoned, right? It's kind of as we've been figuring out as we go along. Because he feels like he's a danger to himself and everybody around him. So, like, he's afraid to leave this place where he feels like he became a monster, you know?
Yelling at someone who's trying to fix themselves doesn't help, Spite. And since you're stuck with him, you're only hurting yourself.
Rook, you're right. There has to be a way through this. It's just so much. I cannot see how to begin.
Start small, you and Spite. Figure out a goal you can both agree on, then make it happen.
A contract?
Contracts are for clients. Call this an alliance. But on what terms?
Ooh. God, what? Can we not do both? Can we not, like, what's going on? I don't know. I don't want to, like, I don't want to kill Katarina, but I feel like we could punish Illario. No. If we save Katarina, Illario will run. I honestly... I mean, this is really terrible of me, but I'd rather punish Illario. He's been so frustrating this whole time to have to deal with, for me, personally. But, like, what would Lucanis and Spite want? Well, Spite wants to punish Illario. And I feel like there's Katarina would not necessarily, I mean she probably would want to be saved, but I also think that she would want it, like you can't leave loose ends, right? Like the crows cannot be seen as weak and the different houses can't be seen as weak. So if somebody within them causes an issue, you need to address it. You need to, it's like we did with the crow and the Venatori, they were having like a liaison. That had to be addressed, you know? So... what would be... my character... oh, she was telling... It is funny to me, too, how Spite, a lot of the things how he's experiencing the world and his frameworks are based off of Lucanis's thoughts and frameworks, which includes, like, contracts, friends, enemies, that whole thing, right? Or, like... the spirits are heavily influenced by the mind of whoever their, like, the host is, you know, in these sort of benign positions, generally. This is an instance where I think my character would save Katarina, but I want to punish Illario. And I'm so torn. I'm just sitting here. Crows are for killing, not for saving.
Well, the choice seems obvious to me. Beat the crap out of your cousin.
Rook is my favorite!
Illario. He's a pain in the ass, Rook. But he and Katarina are all I have left.
He put us here!
I never said kill him. I said beat the crap out of him.
Oh no, I said kill him.
Do we have a deal then? We'll work together and Illario will suffer for what he's done to us.
He will not escape us both.
Who voices Spite? Is it somebody different? Maybe? I don't know. Anyway, I feel like this is something that Spite and him could agree on more.
Rook, are you alright?
You know?
What's the matter with the two of you?
Oh, we just went... boing, lost in thought.
I blank out when I'm strategizing. Lucanis is used to waiting for me. How long were we standing here?
Just long enough for it to get awkward. You're sure you're all right?
We're fine, Thea. Don't waste your worry on us. Can I trust the two of you to keep an eye on Illario? If he starts anything, I want to know about it.
I was going to do that anyway.
You're planning something.
My cousin has a lot to answer for. I intend to make sure he does, but we need information first. We don't know what we're going into. If he has Katarina hostage, if he has allies. We do this job right. Find out everything we can, then strike.
Okay, so we're not going into it willy-nilly, and we're focusing on rescuing Illario, or sorry, killing beating up Illario, apparently. And then, yeah, he was locked in indecision. He decided to get some payback. Good. Yeah, no. Like, because also, when I did that, it didn't pop up with, like, ooh, if you pick this, Katarina will die. If you pick this, Illario will die. You know what I mean? Where, like, it's like, oh, if you pick one, the opposite thing will happen, you know, up to the other person. So it's maybe not, like, focusing on Illario is not going to lose us Katarina. It is merely that in order for Spite and Lucanis to get along, we gave them something to focus on, which is beating the tar out of Illario, apparently, and not killing him. Which I think is lame, but, oh, that's just me. Alright, since we're here...
Those missing buskers performed here. Let's see what we can find.
I don't know if I've been in here, like, on my own. I only come in here for quests. Missions.
This candlewick's been treated with... I think it's copper crystals.
What?
The flame would have burned blue. A signal to someone outside.
Oh, okay, okay. Who am I, Nev?
Wine. A lot of it.
Inquisition bard
Silent
songs.
plains beget. Only Venatori would drink that swill.
They were here for a while, drinking. Waiting for what? Let's check outside, see where they went.
Wait, where is Nev? Where did I put Nev? Is it just me and you? What? Where did I put Nev? Nev, why are you out here?
Wine. Probably a cheap vintage. Not the same as the wine inside. I think the buskers drank out here.
Nev, help.
That's blood. Did one of the buskers get hurt?
Oh, is Nev... Well, Nev has her own mission, but... Is it in there? Well, I'm on this right now. They're keeping people outside the docks. Well,
No busker would leave their instrument behind. Strings are broken. Somebody knocked this instrument around.
Sailors can enjoy their view of the water before we drown them in it. We'll empty the lookout soon enough.
All right. The Venatori are drinking inside. They have a signal for when the buskers finish. The buskers go outside for a drink. They're distracted. Then the Venatori ambush them and haul them away. So we don't know why yet, but we know where the buskers were taken. The lookout.
Nev, please say something, because this is not something I should be doing.
Father gives me an allowance and I barely use any of it. I could donate some to those who need it more.
You're adorable. Trying so hard.
Throw her in the water, honestly. I've been donating money I don't have. Evening, sat at the Cobbled Swan. Remember, honey water for throat. Morning rehearsal. Evening, sat at the garden. Morning, blah, blah, blah. Anyway. Play more bard songs. I'm so sad we didn't get new bard songs in this game. We were all kind of hoping for it. They were a huge hit in Inquisition. They actually made a separate soundtrack just for the bard songs. And there was this competition that you could participate in where they put out the sheet music for all the bard songs. And like had like a competition to see if people like not remixing, but you know, like singing them on their own. I think somebody won with like a harp. Somebody played a song and sang on the harp, I think. It was really, really neat. Very, very popular. Enchanted company, enchanted to see, What was Nev's thing that she wanted to do? La 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 la. I'm not even that tired anymore, I think, but I'm like, I can't breathe. The Threads make Docktown business their business. Thread boss Makal Damas and his right-hand man, Elk, have information and never will take any lead she can get in her search for Aelia. My sister said, she's like, you'll like Alec. I was like, okay. So I'm getting ready. Expectations are high. Just a regular conversation. So we're not getting Veilguard on everybody yet.
There's dangerous fanatics, then there's Aelia. She's loose in Docktown, and we're in the dark.
What's the plan?
The Threads and Alia's Venatori are at war. That might slow Alia down, but until I know her plans, I need to hear whatever information the Threads pick up.
What about Rana? Can she help?
I told Rana that Alia's back. She needs the warning. As for help, Rana wants to be an example. Not sure where that goes anymore.
Huh?
You're worried about her.
I'm worried about everyone. Tired enough to admit it.
Dogtown's protected. What can the Threads do for you?
Alia's a pain for both of us. Let's talk.
We know people in this town. Neighbors. When they don't turn up on the rounds, we notice. Alia used the Threads for dirty work. Stolen relics, muscled spies. These people, they disappear.
And you don't know where to.
Alia's good at covering her tracks. That's why you're here. I've got names of missing people, including those hardly anyone noticed yet. All yours, no catch.
There's always a catch. Besides, I thought Threads protect the streets.
Oh, the Venatori will end up bloody.
This is war. We find Alia, we kill her. Give the cult something to think about. You find her, you do the same. Docktown's ours.
To Docktown. From the people who breathe it, bleed for it, no one's got its back like we do.
To a better Docktown. And doing the best we can till then.
You go far.
To home.
A little naive, but better than the alternative, I think. I don't know. It depends on the situation, whether or not it's we'll do whatever we need to, or try to be as genial as possible, I guess. I don't know if genial is the right word, but, you know. Trying to remember what we're fighting for and not lose ourselves along the way. I keep kind of being wishy-washy about it. I think it's easier sometimes on a second character to kind of feel the flow of things. For my Inquisition character, my Inquisitor, Erica, she was very, like, she always took, like, the higher options, right? The more positive ones, generally. Or the confused options, because she was like me, or I was new to Dragon Age, so like I always just decided, I was like, okay, if there's any confused option, unless it's totally egregious, I'm gonna pick the confused one, you know? So like she was a good-hearted woman doing her best, you know, and would just go to bat for her friends, right? Like she was a Reaver for a reason, where I felt like she embodied the Protector, right? Where she was kind and benevolent when she could be, but when that failed, like the way that they've described Mythal in this one, right? It's kind of how I described Erica, which is just, beautifully perfect and cyclical and oh my gosh. But it's like, then it was war, then it was blood, you know? So, with benevolence didn't work, you know? So, I feel like with this character, right? Like, it's like, listen, like, we're trying to fight for a better tomorrow, you know? We don't want to lose ourselves along the way. Because everybody always gets mad, at least in the real world, people get mad at the Wardens for doing that, which you can get mad at the Wardens. People get mad in the Dragon Age world for the Wardens for doing that. They got in big trouble in Inquisition. But, like, I don't know. They did go too far, but, like, if it had worked, would we have said anything? You know what I mean? Like, instead they were being used, but, like, the Fourth Blight thing, nobody else found out, apparently, that they were blighting the Griffins, and even if they had, they couldn't say anything because, or they couldn't really say anything, right? Like, because they won. Like, they won because of that. But I have to wonder if there were other alternatives, you know? At least blight them with the joining ritual, maybe? I don't know. But I think it was so antithesis to the Griffin's nature that it drove them mad. You know? But, anyway. That's a whole other thing. But I will go ahead and call this one here. Thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate it. Really quick, I want to say thank you to my patrons. I want to say thank you to all my patrons, starting out with my Acorn tier patrons. Thank you so much, Fane, for your support, and thank you so much, Leo, for your support. If I say that wrong, I'm so sorry. I want to give an extra special shout out to my Sapling tier patrons. Thank you so much, Reese Galito, for your support. I very much appreciate it, and I still appreciate the blanket. Thank you. And I really want to say thank you to my other supporter, Sebastian James, my old friend. Thank you so much for your support. I very much appreciate you as well. And I want to give an extra special shout out to my Forest tier patrons who have gone above and beyond in their support of me in the channel and who I truly cannot thank enough. So thank you so much, Christopher, as always, for your support. I treasure it a lot. Thank you so much. And thank you so much, Nightshade, for joining the crew up there in the forest. I appreciate you so much, and I hope you're enjoying the videos. So thank you all again for joining me and for being on Patreon and watching, and I'll see you all in the next one.